Support for the Ryan Joseph Show is brought to you now by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle, just came today. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code Mr. Joseph at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 8 million balls. Have you ever cut yourself trimming your balls?
My ex-wife nipped my sack once.
You had her shave your balls?
Yeah.
Why did you have her do it? Because it was like erotic?
Power move.
Oh, dominance, right?
Yep.
Maybe that's why my dad made me let him.
Your balls?
He shaved my balls just to show he was dominant in my household. Yeah. Did she put like a little piece of toilet paper, like a cut, or like if you got a cut just to stop the bleeding?
No.
My dad would do that. You know, like you do on your face and stuff. But yeah, it happened all the time. We'd walk around with our pants off, but it wasn't like we were naked because we had like little pieces of toilet paper on our balls, and it was a normal thing, and it was actually like we did it during Christmas a lot. It's like I think he like purposely tried to nick my balls sometimes, you know, because he was just like, I like seeing my boy with, you know, like because it's kind of Christmassy when you have a bunch of toilet paper cuts in there, but it doesn't happen anymore now. My dad's pretty excited. I'm out of the house anyways. There's no need to cut my balls anymore, Dad. The Performance Package 4.0 has arrived, and oh man, is it a game changer. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the big guy, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the smaller one, Crop Preserver ball deodorant. He just put it on recently. It smells great. The Crop Reviver toner, just to like spritz up, you know, your stuff, keep it fresh throughout the day. You know, you're about to go to a job interview, spray it on your balls. You'll feel more professional and more eloquent. Performance Boxer briefs. They're probably aerodynamic for performance. And a travel bag. Where's the travel bag? That's leather, I think. But it looks like leather. To hold your goodies. Let's get into it more. First off, the Lawnmower 4.0. The big guy. Where's it at?
Right here.
Yeah, this trimmer is the future of grooming, and dare I say, the greatest ball trimming ever. I'm really excited to go home and like shave my balls, actually. And that's like not even like what I'm supposed to say. Like I really want to shave my balls now. I like doing it just because they look bigger and my penis looks bigger. The 4th generation trimmer of the big guy. Bring it out again. Gary, you're not doing this right. Okay. The 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof, okay? No more, you can't kill anyone with this, you know? Back in the day, if you wanted to kill someone, you drop your shaver into... How does it feel?
It smells really good. You smell that?
Yeah, but what do your balls feel like?
I didn't really get them down to the
Was
balls.
that the spritzer?
Do you want me to get them down on my balls?
It smells really good.
It smells really good.
Yeah.
I
It
don't think
smells
I need
really
them on
good.
my balls just to smell it.
Yeah. But anyways, back to the Lawnmower. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof, which I just said, and it also has a 400K LED spotlight for small balls. A spotlight you need for a more precise shave. Just totally flush with the skin, all right? When a girl goes down there or a man or whatever, it'll look like you never grew one hair in your whole life. You know what I mean? And that's going to attract them. Because this trimmer is waterproof, you can say goodbye to the mess on the bathroom floor. You thought that was good, Gary, but want to take your grooming game even further to the next level? Do you?
Yeah.
The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer. Is he getting it?
Yeah.
I have to like use that, you know. That's gross. Dude, there's a girl that I talked to. I can't remember who. She said she like does that. She like shaves her. Let your girlfriend borrow it or something like that.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's
Girls do that. Girls have hair in their nose. It's pretty gross. So let your girlfriend borrow it. But like,
disgusting.
yeah, it's really disgusting. Now that we have this, thank God we can make them look better. The Weed Whacker is also waterproof and provides proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps reduce nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate nose holes. I like the word holes. Their Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Toner, which you just saw Gary demonstrate for you, will change the way you approach your hygiene routine. Trust me when I say this, fellas. Your balls will thank you, okay? Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0. The Manscaped Boxers, which we showed you, and the Shed Travel Bag, which kind of looks leather. It looks like a really nice travel bag. Bring your comfort and boxers to another level. And women dig this. You know, men do too. Gay guys do this. They love like clean, nice stuff. But women do like, this guy shaves his balls and he has like a little satchel, you know, like a Robin Hood satchel to carry his stuff around. You know what I mean? Like, it just looks like you're on top of it. You know what I mean? It's time to take care of yourself. So go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping with the code Mr. Joseph. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code Mr. Joseph at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code Mr. Joseph. Please don't forget that code or none of this applies. Mr. Joseph. I'm going to have my friends call me that now. I really like the way that sounds. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Your balls smell really great.
Yeah, I know, right?
Does the mic work this far away from my mouth? Can you hear me good, Gary?
Yeah.
All right, we're
Yes, we're rolling.
We're rolling. Welcome to the Ryan Joseph Show. I'm here with Adam Hartle, the man behind the Iron Curtain and in front of the curtain at Sunset Comedy Club.
Appreciate it having me on, buddy.
Yeah, man, of course, dude. Like, you're an enigma.
What'd you just call me? Was that an inbound?
You're an enigma. Like, seriously, because, like, I don't
I
understand.
think the same thing about you, dude. You're a
Really?
magic on the mic, man. You're really good at what you do.
Thank you. But, like I don't understand you because it's like you're kind of, like, always out. You've always seemed, like, outside of this mic, dude.
Dude, are you okay?
Well, the long story short is I'm already rich and I don't want to be famous, so I don't really give a shit about fame.
So you are rich.
I'm comfortable, yeah. I've gotten lucky.
Can you hear my voice right here? Is this good right here, Gary?
Yeah.
Is this good?
Yeah,
Okay.
I told you it was good.
I just feel like weird if it's this far away. But
if
I want to get a little bit closer.
you want to do another mic check?
Sorry. I like this perfect. Okay. All right, this is good. I just want people to see my face, you know. Where's my camera right there?
Hey, but you're mumbling now, so if you're
Okay, so you're rich.
I'm comfortable, yeah. I've gotten lucky.
Comfortable. That's what rich people say.
Long story short, again, I said again, I was at University of Florida in the late 90s,
Okay.
and back then everybody had the CD players, and then I went back and coached football there in 2004. And by
University
the time,
of Florida, you coach football?
yeah, I was on the coaching staff, the support staff, yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, I was game analysis coordinator. So I had a whole football career before I did stand-up.
No shit. That's
It was
awesome,
fun.
dude.
Yeah, it was fun. But long story short, now when I came back, they all had iPods. And my grandmother passed away when she was like 98, and my parents gave me a little bit of money, and my dad said, you can't spend on anything, which was good. I would have blown on a trip or a car or something. He's like, you got to invest in something. I'm watching everybody walk around with iPods, and I'm like, these kids in 5 years have 10,000 songs now. We had 10, and that was like 4 years ago. So I was like, let's put it in Apple. So I started an account and put it in Apple, and
Yeah. How many? Yeah. What was Apple at that point? At that time?
I can't remember, but it wasn't a big chunk of money. It was, like a very small, like,
But it was enough to.
Yeah,
That's
it was
cool,
enough
dude.
to.
Investing is awesome. Like, I was trading stocks at one point during the pandemic, or options, I mean. And
I love options.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I lost a lot, and so I didn't do it again because it's like you have to gain the capital up again, and that whole fucking like 3-day trade shit. Unless you have 25 grand in there, it just really fucks with you. What I would do is I would open up an account in like Thinkorswim or Webull, or then in Robinhood, and just bounce around until my 3 days were up.
There you go.
Because that's the only way you really can make money is if you're really doing the day trades.
Yeah, buy a good company. These people are saying, buy my company. And then you're saying, okay. And then you don't have to do any work, but you own part of their company.
Yeah, no. I would use their company to trade options in Webull, like in because like Ameritrade is a trading platform.
That's what I use, yeah.
Yeah, so you use Thinkorswim, right?
Yeah, I'm not smart enough to do that yet, so I just do the old basic,
dude,
old school.
You use YouTube. and it'll teach you.
Good call. I need to do that. I love YouTube videos.
Yeah, you can learn anything.
learn anything,
That's how I
yeah.
learned to make love on YouTube.
You fucked the computer?
Yeah. I was making love to this woman, and I just had a YouTube camera on. I was like, that. So, yeah, I'm from Gainesville, actually, or I was born in Gainesville.
No shit.
I was born in Gainesville.
That's right. You told me you lived in Jacksonville for a minute too.
I was born in Gainesville, and then my family moved back to Miami, and I lived there till I was 9. And then my parents got divorced. My dad and my mom were like 70s whores. They would just like do coke and like sleep with other people and like fight.
What?
They thought
Your parents were swingers?
Yeah, they thought it'd be a good idea to bring kids into the situation.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 2 sisters. Well, one's dead. So
you and your sister?
I have one sister, I guess.
That's cool. Y'all still stay in touch and hang out?
Yeah, I just saw her when I went to Phoenix, did Phoenix House of Comedy.
Oh, hell yeah.
She came up to see me for the first time perform.
That's
And I
awesome.
was like, do I know you?
So were you were you guys like on a commune or like bouncing from city to city? What was like the growing up like?
Well, then we moved to Colorado with my mom after we got divorced. And then or after we got divorced, after she and my dad got divorced. And I stayed in Colorado for 2 years. And then we came back to Jacksonville because that's where my grandparents lived. And I lived with my grandparents while my mom went to like a rehab or some shit. And I was in Deer Creek Country Club on Southside Boulevard.
Hell yeah.
And
I
I
got
was
friends that live in there.
I was so
Beautiful over there.
I was bad. I stole golf carts and got arrested for Grand Theft Auto at 13.
I'm good.
13, I got arrested for Grand Theft Auto because it was over $10,000 damages.
You can't get away with anything in Jacksonville.
Yeah, but then they put us in at juvie, we got to get like the little tanks in the front where you're white. And they would pull us out and ask if we like molested animals or something. And then they let us go.
I never know when you're joking or not joking, but
This is serious. And then, so I'd get in trouble, and they'd send me back to my dad. And my dad married this fucking whore who I lived with. And so I grew up, my high school years were a lot down there, but it'd be bouncing back from Miami to Jacksonville, because they would get sick of me. One would get sick of me and send me to the other. And then I left finally to go to Seattle for a few times.
What high school did you go to?
No,
Were you at Wolfson?
No, I was with my mom, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna go to school and like get grants and loans. Who cares if I have to pay it back? That's in the future, right? Now I owe so much money." But then I went to Gainesville. I went to Santa Fe Community College, and just did lots of drugs. And then I came to. Then I went to Tallahassee. I didn't get into UF, but I got into FSU.
Nice.
Went to Tallahassee. Sister died through a big overdose. She was living with me, and then I went back to Miami to be with my dad. And then I was like, "Fuck this! I'm going out." Because my mom died after that because she couldn't deal with it. So then I went out to Seattle, to stay with a friend, and try to clean up, get sober because I heard there was no drugs in Seattle. And like I thought that'd be a good idea, And I go out there and I'm like doing drugs, but I got sober there, and I did some stand up there. That's when I started stand up. But I went back to Florida and lived in Orlando where I got a job because now I had a master's degree, but I was acting, and then I moved out to LA to pursue acting, and then I just did stand up full time nonstop.
Nice.
Yeah,
What'd you get your
that's my
master's
story.
in?
Education.
Nice.
I know.
You were in kids. Great. That's a great mix.
No,
You'd be a hell of a teacher.
At first, it was master's in teaching, and I hated it.
Well, hey, don't tell the story about how you lost your job.
No. That'll be
Because I
on
wanna
your
save that for the
pod.
talent
I
trailer
know. I'm just
pod.
doing
Okay.
like my story with Florida. I am a Florida guy. I'm a Florida boy.
Hell yeah,
And
dude.
just 10 years recently, I went down to Naples and featured for David Lucas. That was the first time I've been in Florida in 10 years.
I bet y'all crushed down there.
It was, it was cool. In Atlanta, him and I performed at Laughing Skull. And all the other comics, they were different than us because we would go on and just say horrible shit. And they were just like, it seemed like they were more like summer campy, But
What high school did you go to in Jacksonville?
I went to Mandarin Middle for middle school.
I used to coach and teach at Mandarin High School.
Mandarin.
The one that
I
feeds
think I
into-
dropped out by then to go to high school because I dropped out and got my GED and just started a band. I was dating this girl. She said, "I want to get married." I was like, "Sorry, babe. Got to join a band. I'm leaving."
Did you play the guitar, sing?
Yeah, man. I couldn't sing. I could play guitar, but I couldn't sing. But I was on so many drugs. I was like, I'm gonna be the best singer there was, even though I couldn't sing. it takes a while for you to realize that like just because you're passionate about something doesn't mean you should do it. You know,
Yeah.
like stand up, I can do. You know, and I have a passion for it, which I'm lucky. But like, I am passionate about music. I love music. Music's dead now. I always laugh at Uber drivers when they say, "Yeah, I'm just working on my music." You know, I'm about to be a star. They think it's like there's no more. Like comics are the new rock stars.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's fun creating stuff that'll last after we're gone. It's fun, whatever that is. Everybody has their own ability to create
Yeah.
certain things that they're good at.
I know. I feel sorry for musicians. I feel like it's a harder path.
Yeah.
For
Very
musicians.
hard. Yeah, we were actually talking about that last night because if you're funny, you can't fake funny. If you're the son of a famous comedian, say you're George Carlin's grandson or son, that doesn't give him a leg up over you or me or anybody. He's not going to be able to get the laughs.
Well, they might be able to get booked.
Yeah, they might get booked. That's a good point. But they're not going to be able, like if it were music or if it were even acting, they would get the roles or they would get they could fake it. It's very hard to fake comedy.
Well, yeah, it's a pure art form. But then again, like Barry Katz, you know who that is?
Mm-mm.
Barry Katz is like a legendary manager who represented he discovered Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K., Bill Burr, and all that stuff. All of them, like he was in Boston and he was fucking around there, and that's where he met like Louis and Bill and stuff. And then he went up to New York and he represented these guys and he represented Dave and he represented Whitney Cummings at one point and everything. He's real Hollywood. He won't represent me. Like he likes me. He listens to my shit in the basement, like all alone, so no one hears him. So he's afraid of getting canceled. He called me once when I was at an open mic. I was doing open mics in LA, and he called me because during the pandemic I was bored and I made a compilation of all my recordings. And I made it into an album. I gave it to my friend who knew him, and he actually called me. I was like, Barry Katz is calling me, guys. We gotta step out of the open mic. and I talked to him. He's like, Ryan, this is great stuff. Great stuff. I can never. Yeah, and like he really liked it, but he won't represent me.
Just because it's too edgy, or
he's like, I don't want to smear on my name. But
worry what other people think.
Yeah, he is.
I see that you're a great artist, but
he told me he's like, you chose a hard path, but it might work out for you or something. I was like, fuck you. And I hung up.
Did you really say that?
My man.
Fuck you, dude. Okay.
Well, you can always do shows with us, dude.
Balls.
I know it's been tough for you around Austin a little bit.
He's a nice guy. Like he gives me. I mean, it's cool to talk to Barry Katz. Sometimes we'll have like calls and shit. He'll tell me how I'm not ready, and he'll tell me all these horrible things to me. Yeah, but it's cool because he's Barry Katz, but he's so cool that I can be like, Barry, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
When's his special coming out? I wonder.
Well, he's
Isn't that funny when people tell comics that have never done it?
Yeah, but he's so cool that I can be like, Barry, what do you want me to write? A Black Lives Matter joke that it's in favor of them? Is that what you want, Barry? He's like, ha 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 ha.
But the fact that he calls you and he can't book you knows he wants to like know you, and like he's probably really good at his job.
Well, I brought him up because he told me, when he was like telling me, he's like, I haven't heard jokes in a long time. I don't hear jokes. It's a lost art form.
It is.
And he was saying, like people like Bert Kreischer or Chris D'Elia, they can't do what you do, Ryan, because they would sit in the back and they would watch you. Would say just straight jokes. But the reason why they're so big is that it's what people are given. We feed people. People will buy whatever you give. I learned that when I wrote erotica. People will buy whatever you write. And but
what do you mean by whatever you write? What does that mean?
Like people like you write a story called like Getting Trained by 5 White Guys, and people all over the fucking world are buying it. Like if you give them Bert Kreischer, people are like, I love Bert Kreischer because they have no other option. So
well, when he says whatever he writes, he still does sell erotic like novels.
Yeah, I used to write erotica.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that. You're a good writer.
That's what led to this.
Okay. But was it funny or was it just like super like sexual, like people?
It was trying to be sexual and it came out really funny.
Gotcha.
But no, I mean, whatever. I just trying to make money.
Yeah.
I've always been a writer since I was a kid. But
that's awesome.
But what he was saying is true. And like, if you ever, Chris D'Elia, some people think he's funny. I think he's a nice guy. I met him and he's so supportive and like, was like, fuck. I was like, God, I want to fuck him. You know, he was just
He's a
so
nice guy?
He was super cool, and
Very
I hated
cool.
how cool he was. I was like, fuck, he's so goddamn
He
cool.
was at Creek last night.
Was he?
Yeah.
Chris D'Elia?
Yeah, he went up at Creek last night.
See, they let Chris D'Elia come there,
But not you.
who rapes people.
Well, have him put a word in, dude. I could say something too.
I don't think
he didn't rape
he ever
anyone.
did. I don't think he even did anything that
But
was illegal, right? Isn't that
No,
what ended up
but
being?
he's got like legit allegations of horrible shit. Even though he might not have done it, he probably didn't. I got accused of stealing an email sheet and hacking the Creek. They think that's how my podcast is because I like hacked the Creek.
You think you hacked their computer?
I'm too good over there, Adam. I'm too good.
The Creek's not gonna.
They're like, Ryan,
We
listen,
can smooth things over.
you're
I'm
not
sure.
you're
They're all
not
good
no, I
people.
can't because the people there don't like me because of one of the owners is married to someone who is
Gotcha.
someone who has a vendetta and they don't forgive over like
Well, sometimes time heals all wounds, and funny's funny, and we're all
and other
comics.
times it doesn't.
We're all in this together. They need funny comics.
you would
We-
like to
we
think
need
that, wouldn't you?
stages,
You would like to
know?
think that, wouldn't you, Adam? But let's talk about you.
In a perfect world. Well, I'm glad you're doing our shows, man. You're always welcome.
No. See, like, I will always remember that. There's a few people in Austin that still put me on their shows, even when I was effectively banned here. Like, I go all around the country and I perform at clubs, and I come back and I'm just banned. They won't let me perform places because of bullshit. But like people like you or Mike Hudak had a show at Romo and he would put me on, or Raza, or people like they didn't care and they still put me on. Like that is something that means so much
Yeah.
to me. And like you really helped me a lot.
Well, I'm just doing my job. Find
Yeah.
funny people and make sure they're cool and make sure they get along with all the other
yeah.
comics and put them
But
up.
it's really
It's
true
easy.
that people are like accused of doing things they didn't do. I wasn't even accused of something cool, like raping someone. Like I was just like accused of like something bullshit, you know? It's like fuck, you at least accuse
Yeah.
me of something cool.
It seems so strange that the comedy world would be people that would get offended by words. Sounds what I'm hearing is there's only words is why you get in
It's
trouble.
probably my jokes.
Why would
It's probably
words
the
get
way-
you in trouble? That
it's
makes
probably,
no sense.
It's probably the way I am in my jokes.
Yeah.
That they wanted to find.
Dude,
a
I
reason
love
to-
your comedy, man.
Thanks,
It's fun. The crowd loves it. It's
But like someone told me when I was starting out, I was probably 6 months in, I was starting to do well, starting to learn how to write jokes, and a regular at the Comedy Store told me, if you're able to do that at this stage, people are gonna hate you, as you're gonna see older comics. You're not supposed to do that at this level.
yeah.
And there's comics. Some of the worst people in the world I've ever met are comics. Some of the most unfunniest people in the world I've ever met are comics.
We got a little bit of everything. We got superstars. We got arguably one of the most famous guys in the world is a stand-up comic. I mean, there's a little bit of everything. The cool thing about comedy is that it's like poker in the sense that it doesn't discriminate against age, race, size. There could be an 80-pound, Asian woman that's funnier than a 300-pound, Mexican dude or something. It's just
Yeah.
everybody's got the equal shot at it.
Hey, speaking of poker, do you still play poker?
A little bit, yeah.
Wait, so you were a coach of a football team, and then what happened? Did you get molested?
I got
the-
figuratively yes,
Yeah.
not literally.
Why?
No, I work for Urban Meyer. Do you know Urban Meyer is?
I like to pet the deer. when
Urban
I talk
Meyer is
about
the
this.
craziest football coach in the history of coaching football at any level,
And he
probably.
edged
he
you
was my
out?
boss. I just didn't want to deal with the bullshit anymore. It's just, he's just a complete asshole.
Dude, Gainesville's a
Um,
crazy town.
And I
huh?
don't talk shit about, people as much as, I don't.
You just talk shit about someone.
I did. I'll talk shit about Urban Meyer all day long.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
give a fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That guy's awful. He called the cops on me.
On what?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I never heard this story.
What'd you
The
do?
cops calling me nothing.
Well, what'd you supposedly do?
He hacked
I mean,
Creek's
the
computer.
the backstory is I worked for him in 2004. He came in from Utah, and I'm a huge Gator fan. I just wanted to keep my job. When the head coach gets fired, everybody gets fired. So I worked for the head coach before him, named Ron Zook, and we went 7-5, lost the Peach Bowl, and we all got fired. And then they bring this hotshot new coach in Urban Meyer, which he's great. I mean, he's one of the best college football coaches of all time. Won 2 national titles, went undefeated in Florida and Ohio State in the regular season. So long story short, I coached Tim Tebow the year before in high school. I worked for the Gators as a college doing the video department. That was my college job. So that helped pay the bills and everything else. And then got in that way and learned football that way. I was sitting in on meetings. Started out as the video guy. Then I coached high school ball, coached Tebow, and then got back to Florida full time. Stayed in touch with the coaches. So that was the previous staff. But I got Tim Tebow to come to Florida. I introduced Urban Meyer to Tim Tebow. I'm like, we got to get this kid. We got to. I was like the number 14
So they
coach.
owed you one, or they're like,
there,
hey,
there was a lot of back friction there because I was the number 13 guy on the totem pole in terms of the coaching staff. You got the head coach as number 1, the offensive coordinator is number 2, defensive coordinator. So I was number 13, and we would have closed door meetings that's just us 13. Nobody else is allowed in there. It's all dudes. It's all work. It's
What are you guys doing there?
everything. Game plan, go over what practice is for the day, talk about
Everything?
recruiting, talk about
Do you do circle jerks?
only on Wednesdays.
It's like a pizza where you all have to come on it, and whoever comes last has to eat it.
It's just nonstop work. I mean, these guys get there 8 in the morning. They're watching film. They're breaking down all the film, and that's what I would help with the film and do all the video stuff. So I had to have the video side
So
and
like
the football
13
side.
white guys talking about how to get their black guys to work well.
Yeah.
Pretty
I guess,
much.
yeah.
Isn't it funny? Like
But
that?
you know what?
It's
they
like
could have recruited white guys. There's a million white guys that want that guy's job, and they picked the black guy.
yeah. You know, it's funny. Like I think of
And those players get treated like gold, and they're going to end up making more than the coaches.
I think football is so funny because it's like it's a little bit of like Greco-Rome or like the Roman what do they call it? Like where they used to watch people kill themselves,
Gladiators.
the gladiators and
Yeah.
stuff. We love to see people beat the shit out of people, and there's
Mm-hmm.
the stadium and stuff. But there's also an element of slavery or of that whole like white man watches the black man being entertain them,
that's some Colin Kaepernick bullshit. What are you talking about?
It's true though.
No, how? They get to fuck all the hottest women in the world. They get to play games for
So did
millions of
slaves.
dollars.
So did
Well,
slaves.
I don't-
Slaves had the
Jesus.
best life
I don't
ever.
think it's a race thing. I think it's spectator versus let's watch that for our entertainment. I don't have to
Dude.
get hit. I don't have to take that hit. I don't have to have my leg twisted by the defensive lineman.
Well, this is a woke
But
podcast.
it's still, you can
I'm
enjoy
sorry.
it and
this
cheer.
is very woke. So
So the backstory is like we'd have recruiting meetings and we go over. My job was to put together the top 10 quarterbacks in the country and the top 30 running backs, and then they would just look at all the film and they would decide we'd do a vote and they decide who would go after the hardest. And the recruiting game's real sketchy. Another reason I got out of the business too. I didn't want to be that guy. You have to be like a
what?
salesman.
what? Like you're like, hey,
You have to lie to the
you
kids.
want to fuck this 12-year-old?
Now you got to lie to the kids because
Come on our show.
so we're going to take one quarterback, and now Tebow's name comes up, and I'm like, pro Tebow, this kid's awesome. He's the real deal. He works out. He's the hardest working kid I've ever met in my life. He's, played a second half on a broken leg, just wants to win. Great
Played the
teammate.
second half on a broken
He really
leg.
did.
Did he?
Yeah.
So I got Jesus.
So long story short, I'm pounding the table, and Urban Meyer and some of the other coaches are thinking this way, and I'm thinking this way, and other names are getting brought up, and so they had Tebow, I think, as like the number 3rd or 4th guy, which is the keep warm guy. That means they let them think they got a scholarship,
Like a
but
fluffer, like kind of.
yes. So if 1 goes to USC and 2 goes to Florida State, well, now your 3rd guy, hey, all along, like we said, we want you here because you don't know on signing day there's a lot of jockeying for position, and so you have,
so
you,
much
you have to lie to
fucking
10
bureaucracy,
It
dude.
is. If you don't tell this kid you're our guy, you're going to be a Gator, you're going to do, then the 50 other schools are. So you have to. I've literally seen Urban Meyer have mom and dad over to the house. It's like his number 3 choice at running back, and we're going to take 2 running backs. He's got his arm around mom. He's shaking dad's hand. They're having a cookout. Your son, he's going over the whole spiel. Like it's
So
the whole.
he's not going to even sign that 3rd guy.
Well, then the next day, number 1 and number 2 say, I want to come be a Florida Gator. He says, oh, tell that Johnson kid we don't need him anymore. Won't even call him. Won't even just. He's your best
Whoa.
friend. He's this, that,
Dude,
that. And then the
dude,
second.
successful people. That's what I'm afraid of. The successful people have to be total sociopaths, because I mean, like you have to be. Because I have feelings.
Well, you got to do it the right way. So this is a long story. Long story long. I'm pounding the table for Tim Tebow. We got to get this kid, and I'm the outsider because I'm the Gator. They all came from Utah, and I
you
was
were
one of
just,
only
like, in a
2 people that
cheerleading
caught
outfit
that
in the
stayed.
room, just being like Tebow.
Well, I was just saying, if we don't get this kid, he's gonna go somewhere else. He's gonna kick our ass.
Yeah,
I said, y'all are crazy if you don't get this kid. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm saying that as the new guy, not the Utah guy. These all guys have been coaching forever. They were Bowling Green
You
before
shut
that.
your mouth, Hartle.
Exactly. And that's what, I don't know if you know who Ryan Day is. He's now the head coach at Ohio State. He was the offensive GA at the time. He and I shared an office together. And we would leave meetings. He's like my best buddy. We're the same age.
Okay.
He was my best buddy
So
on the
what
staff.
happened? Like, why did you get kicked out?
So I didn't get cut. I quit. So we go in my office after recruiting meetings. He's like, Adam, you got to keep it down there, man. I could see you rubbing these guys the wrong way. I'm like, dude, I don't care if I get fired. We got to get Tebow. Like, I don't care. So Tebow would come on visits, and I'm the only one showing him around. Dan Mullen, certain times, and Meyer were, to a certain extent, too busy for him. But then as the Tebow name grew, and he had an amazing senior year, ESPN's doing a
What was
documentary
Tebow
on
like?
him.
What was he like?
Good as gold.
good as gold.
He's the real deal.
He's just like a wholesome, milk-fed
100%.
boy.
Yep.
Just like,
The worst thing he does is drink soda. That's his big vice.
what a fucking piece of shit.
Sounds pretty gay if you ask me.
What a piece of
Yeah,
shit.
but he's saving people's lives.
I don't trust guys like that.
Neither do I.
I don't trust
Neither
guys
do
like
I.
that.
If you don't have sex with a hooker in front of me the first night I meet you,
Yeah,
I don't trust you.
Well, he's
Yeah, that's
having
why I did
sex with
that.
his wife. Does that count as?
No, is it like a bed sheet over her with a hole in it, where they hold hands while they make love?
He's great, man. All the kid wants to do is save orphans' lives and just be happy. He's a very happy, strong. He
Ugh.
takes care of his body. He's in great shape.
Gross.
He's an inspiration for a lot of people, and I think that's fucking cool.
Okay, whatever. So they.
So there's friction with me and these guys anyway. But we end up getting Tebow, and long story long. Now Urban Meyer definitely wants to get Tebow. It's 2 months before signing day, and now we're recruiting him. Right, he becomes our number one guy. We got to get this kid. We got to sign him. Meyer puts the full court press on. And Tebow grew up at Gators. Parents are Gators. An hour down the road. Danny Werfel was his idol growing up. So we ended up getting him at the very last minute, which was awesome. And so he signed, and then I quit the next day. I quit.
Why?
Yeah, I told her I was just over it. I
Did you
wanted
get
to,
money when he signed?
Wait a second.
No,
wait.
I had a
wait.
salary.
When did he call the cops on you?
Okay, get back to the long story long. So
Sign
this is
Tebow,
2000
call the cops.
So this is 2005, right? So now he becomes the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars 2 years ago. And I was like, oh shit, Urban's in town, you know? At that point, we really didn't have that bad of a relationship, even though we butted heads and, you know. So I was like, oh shit, Urban's in town. I'm going to go say hey to him. At that time, we were still kind of, you know, we'd run into each other, say hey at events or if I ever see him at whatever else. But so I go down to the stadium and we just start talking and he was just very short and dismissive with me. And like I say, hey man, welcome back to Florida. You know, I'm in town if you need help recruiting college players for the draft or whatever. I love watching football film. I'm in town. Like hit me up. Like just being a normal guy. You know, like not anything full time. Just like hey, you know,
Where would
extra
you
pair
be
of eyes on
in
recruiting. Obviously, I help
in
with
Jacksonville. You would do this.
That. It was in Jacksonville.
Where would you
yeah.
run into him?
So I went down to the stadium. So it was his press conference.
Oh, so you called the cops to get you the fuck out of there?
No. We chatted and had a nice talk. He was a little like, as a matter of fact, there was two people trying to keep their job, which I've seen this before. It was like the weight training staff. They were like waiting in his office to see him. And then I ran into his wife. She's like, hey, Adam, gave me a big hug. His wife's an amazing person. So anyway, I go back to his office, and then he skips the two people waiting to see me. And he's like, oh, Coach will be with you in a minute. And then he comes out, and he's like, hey, what's going on, man? Hey. You know, and then we started talking about Tebow a little bit. I said, man, you got to get him in the stadium. I said, if you put him in on 4th and 1, he lowers his head and gets a first down, that whole place will erupt.
Yeah.
And he tried him at tight end for some unknown reason. But he had a lot of shit he did. He kicked one of his kickers. He's getting sued by that. It's been all over the press.
I think you should do it. You should. I like that. I like a guy that's a psychopath.
So anyway, this is. I'm sorry. This is the end of the long
wanna
story.
get to-
ever.
I want to get to I want to get to
long.
this like your like stand up where you are now.
So like,
I want to
this is-
hear about the cops.
This is the end of it. So a month later, it's my brother says, hey, I'm doing a charity event. My brother helps raise money for a charity that he's involved with. You think I can get Urban Meyer to sign some footballs? I said, I don't know, man. Last time I was down there talking to him, it wasn't the best of conversations. Offered my services. He never really called me back. I said, I don't know, man. He said, well, let's just try. I'm like, all right, we can try.
What were you doing at this time?
I was doing stock stuff and then picked up my brother, had lunch, and went down with a bunch of footballs hopefully for Urban to sign.
Mm-hmm.
So we get down there, it's like, Coach Adam's here. I tell him Adam Hartle's here, and then a security guard comes out, and then a policeman comes by, and he says, "Oh, the cops were called," and I'm like, "What are you talking about? The cops were called?"
So you went to the stadium
A second time. I went
And
the first time
right.
to say what's up. We had a talk. You know, he came out of his office. I talked with his wife. I got the meeting. We chatted for a few minutes. It was not the best of conversations.
It sounds like a comic here that sells out shows at the Vulcan who threatened to do that to me because I'm funnier than him. Okay. So what happened then? When did you get into stand-up comedy?
So stand-up comedy, I got in 2010.
Right, but they escorted you.
Well, the cop, I said, I'm wearing my championship ring. I'm talking to the cop. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm here to get balls signed for a charity. And the cop started laughing. He's like, the cop is like, this is
But you
crazy.
know that Urban Meyer called the police on you.
I mean, I don't know for a fact, but I would be shocked if it wasn't Urban Meyer. And then
Do
if
you-
you see his
do you
track
think
record during his time at the Jaguars, have you seen what all he did?
I've heard some stuff.
You can look it up. Just type in Urban Meyer.
Like, I'll look it up. Real
yeah,
quick. But
it's
but
wild.
that is weird.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was hoping that maybe like you had like resisting arrest or something.
No, I mean
something cool.
I'm wearing my I have
Yeah.
I have an SC championship ring on with my name on it. I'm like, hey, look, I used to work for the guy. I'm here to help with my brother. Like, The cop was almost laughing at the guy. What I should have done was had the cop go inside for calling in a fake arrest, which is illegal. I said, "Get Urban out here." The guy that called
so
it.
fuck Urban Meyer. When did you get into stand-up comic?
2010, the open mic night, high as fuck. I said, "This
Where?
looks fun." Jacksonville, St. Augustine. Jackie Nights down in St. Augustine.
You were in St. Augustine?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that town, dude.
Yeah. So I
That
got my
town is
start.
so fucking like haunted and like it's crazy because it's like they can't like they can't like excavate anything or renovate anything or build like a new road without like checking in with like the local authorities because when they do, then there's like 50 nuns
Historical
from the
and-
16th century buried under there and shit. You know, it's so
The
it's,
oldest city in the country.
Yeah, yeah. And they have like a little. It's so cool because it's like Spain came in, took over, and they left, and the English came over and took over. And
That's exactly right.
Yeah, and then Spain comes back, right, or something like that, and it's just all this blood that happened there,
Mhm.
and it's so beautiful.
Yep.
But I so you did open mic night in St. Augustine.
Mhm.
When did you decide? Okay, and then were you doing like? Is there a stand up scene in Jacksonville?
Not a very good one. There's a comedy zone that they'll get the big names kind of either on their way up or way down that'll come through for the weekends. But you can't really get in there. It's owned by a guy, like it's in a Ramada Inn. It's not a great room.
Okay.
And the guy makes you take his comedy class to work there, and he's never even
What the
done
f-
stand up.
Okay.
He's the hotel owner that also owns the venue
So-
attached to it.
So that's why. But
Makes
why'd
you
you
take
come?
a
Why
class.
are you coming to Austin to start your show? Because you have this place. I like heard about it when I heard about you or the Sunset Comedy Club. It was like this strange. I would see like the Suns people come here, friends of mine from LA, and they'd be doing your show, and I'd be like, "What the fuck is this place?" Like, and then you wouldn't reply to me, and you like were. A
I
dick,
didn't see
you
you
know?
live, man. I'm sorry. I get 3 of those a day.
And I was like, "Doesn't this guy know who I am?" You know?
I'm sorry.
No. No, I'm like that too. I don't reply to.
I got it, but I'll always get back and I'll always look. It just takes me time.
People-
sometimes.
no,
now
pe-
of course,
dude,
we got
people-
each other's cell numbers.
people hit me up all the time to ask me on my show, and I'm just like fucking loser. You know? So it's fun.
But once I saw your stand up and saw you live, it was you get put in a different category.
Yeah, I know. But I'm kidding.
So I did the
But-
Florida scene a little bit. The thing about Florida is that you can get like 30-minute spots. Like once you have 30 minutes, they'll get you featured in these little beach towns and.
Yeah, I did Naples off the hook. I want to go to Florida again and perform. I could have done Tampa. I was supposed to do Tampa featuring at the what is it called, Side Splitters, but I had to go to House of Comedy. I already committed to feature for Kate Quigley at House of Comedy.
Nice.
And so I couldn't do it. I really wanted to, but I'd like to do like a little tour. Like I just want to get on the road because
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm banned in Austin, and so what's hard here is that I can't get as much stage time to practice, and I can write, but it's a real struggle. I even been thinking about moving. Like Phoenix has got like 6.
Don't move, dude.
Phoenix
Stay
has got
put.
Phoenix has got 6 clubs, and I don't know if Rogan will have me at his club because his boy Tony has a vendetta against
I'm
me.
sure it's fine.
Tony and I are cool with each other, but we're not. It's weird because it's like there's this weird. Last time I saw him, he was really nice to me, but the time I saw him before then, he was a super dick. And everyone says, "Oh, that's the way Tony is," whatever. But it's like I don't know. Rogan doesn't reply to my messages anymore, and I think it's because I fucked up because during the pandemic in LA, I was on Kill Tony all the time. This girl cheated on me, and I was really bummed out. And they loved the story, and it was a developing story. So I was on all the time, and that's how people. If anyone does know about me around the country, who hasn't seen me, it was just because of my Kill
For
Tony.
sure. It's
Yeah,
got a big draw. It's helped out a lot of comics.
yeah, and that was the only thing I could do during the pandemic. So I do that, even though I always told myself I would never talk about my personal life on stage. And it was embarrassing to like talk about how like my girlfriend is cheating on me, and then you go outside, all your friends are watching the screen outside waiting. You're like, whatever, I'm gonna find someone else. But
Austin's gonna be fun.
but
dude.
Tony was really supportive and nice to me, and he was really cool, and I'll always be grateful to him.
That's cool.
For what he did to me, for what he did for me. But when I came down here, he kind of like felt like he didn't want me around here, and then I did Kill Tony, and I one night, And before I went on stage, he like tried to humiliate me in the green room in front of like a bunch of people.
Hey, he's just busting your balls. He's a roast comic.
Yeah,
That's what they do.
but I'm like, dude, I'm supposed to perform right now. Can you do it maybe after?
Yeah.
You know,
That's a
Or-
legitimate request.
Yeah, like I'm trying to like just like be nice and cool and have fun and stuff.
Sure.
But when when he's like, you're the lowest of the low in the totem pole here and shit like that, you're just like, are you trying to break down my confidence right now? Because if you can't do it, one, two, you're just gonna make me mad and do what I'm gonna do now, And I went on stage and I just said, he's like, what do you like about Austin, Ryan? And I was like, oh, it's cool. It's just people are pussies for wearing masks here still. And I was like, and they're like, oh, and Red Band just started attacking me. He said, oh, you a COVID denier? I was like, no.
Yeah, I watched this. Red Band did really go for the throat on you.
And I was like, no, the flu's real, dude. He's like, my cousin's girlfriend's friend died or some shit. And I was like, and she was healthy. I was like, she was healthy, and like we went back and forth. And I just said, like, not that it was, but I was like, this is probably like my last time on Kill Tony, meaning these guys seem to hate me. This is probably what. And
Well,
they're like,
maybe you just graduated from it. It's an open mic contest.
Rogan told me not to do it anymore.
Yeah,
He's
just
like,
move
he
up
told
from
me
it.
you're too funny. Don't do it.
Yeah.
But I was real sad. I was so upset that how I fucked up is that I went back to my hotel room and I was so angry at Tony because I was always like that in LA. I was always like, fuck the mask and everything. And they were like cool with it and stuff. And I felt like they sold out. And like they just totally like threw me to the wolves.
It was a crazy time. I remember when people saying, "You're gonna kill my grandmother." I'm like, "I promise, I'm not gonna
What?
kill your grandmother." Just like you don't have a mask on, like
Yeah,
stupid, stupid.
But
People.
did somebody ever say that like verbatim to you?
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't wear a mask. You didn't get vaccinated. You're gonna kill my grandmother.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna kill your grandmother.
The entire time during the pandemic, I never wore a mask or anything like that. Maybe a couple times I did it at like gas stations if I really needed to like run in and go or whatever.
But
nobody ever said anything to me.
Yeah, Jackson wouldn't even wear masks.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
ever said
They
anything.
never
to
wore
me.
it in Jacksonville.
Never.
So yeah, that's one of the only
Because I
time-
think they think that I look like a crazy person. They thought I might like attack them or
I
something.
know.
People wore them, but it wasn't mandated.
at banks in LA, they'd be like, "Excuse me, sir, where's your ski mask?" Before you come in.
It's so
And you're like,
ridiculous.
"What's this?"
Are they still
That was
doing
the
masks
craziest
anywhere
thing in
across the
history
country?
of modern America.
People wear, dude. They don't make you wear it now on
It's
fucking
great.
planes
I know,
and
it's
shit.
great.
It's
Yeah,
so
the mandate ended.
It's so relieving.
I
I used to
know.
poke holes in my mask when I got on the plane.
I put it on
and I would just have holes on my mask.
I would put it
That's
on my
smart.
chin and
no
then
one
pull
would
my
know
hat
'cause
all the
it'd
way
be a black
down.
mask, and you couldn't really tell.
But is there any states that are still doing the mask mandate?
Dude, I drove by the Austin High School and there was PE class. They're walking around the track and it's a bunch of kids in 100-degree weather wearing masks.
Dude, I went to the
They're
gym.
17 years old.
What?
Yeah.
In Texas?
In Austin, just now.
Kids, I
Driving
couldn't
today.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that kids would
I s-
ever.
I
Fu-
thought that was it.
Dude, high school kids are walking out of class with full-on
They're
masks on every one
pussies,
of them.
dude. Where like back in the day, you couldn't tell a kid to put on anything, let alone like
I know.
they couldn't tell a kid to
They're
pull up your
kinda-
shorts.
Yeah,
and
but
shit,
now
you know?
Yeah.
now you know what they're doing. They're telling fucking kids that they have to go listen to a drag queen tell stories about like reading like rainbow fish. You know
or
what I'm
like
talking about?
take classes on whiteness, on why you're a bad person and
That
shit.
drag queen story
World's
time
getting
shit
crazier
is
by the
fucking
year.
creepy and perverted, dude.
Yeah, well, you heard what happened in my story. Like, I had an article written about me in Houston.
No,
Press.
wait.
You sent me that. That was awesome.
Wait for that for the talent trailer. I have a whole list of things because like the topic of that's going to be cancel culture.
Okay, but anyways, yeah, there was a tranny that was supposed to be on this show, and I asked if I can move it up an hour. So she's like, "I'm getting glammed out right now. I'm getting glammed out, and why? Why do one of my clients treat me like this? I just don't." And I was like, "I apologize. It just happened," but she couldn't let it go, and she was just like, "I just don't understand. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Well,
it's not fair." I'm like,
The world
Well,
owes people
yeah.
stuff.
And not only that, but I believe she posted something to social media.
she has
about how-
80,000 followers. She posted on her story, "If Ryan Joseph asks you to be on his podcast, don't do it because it's a joke," which was great. It's great publicity.
Yeah, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
No, dude, I want to hire like a woke little fag like Jeff Rauner and have him write a shitty article
with an F.
before a show because I sold out the Houston show.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Or just let them know what you're doing. Like, hey,
Start a
just
f-
so you know, I'm
start
on
a
this
fake
show.
start a fake PR firm, right? And find like the biggest wokest
It's actually a great idea.
yeah, find the woke fire
woke
starter
army.
journalist that's in each town, like the hero, and find him
Yes.
and send him like all this content. Be like, there's some guy here, he just hates trannies, and he'll be like, what? And he'll write an article, and then I'll act like all upset about it and stuff, and then people will come to the show and stuff. Like that's just the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's the way, man.
Smart.
I want to frame that article, dude. Transphobic comedy
Dude.
trash fire.
Hey, you know how you were talking about having something in the studio that's yours, and I know you got the guitar, but we should frame that article and put it up here somewhere.
That's a great call.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Coming, but you know what? All my comics fucking bailed on the show.
They did?
Yeah.
What?
Even-
Because of the
Fuck 'em.
backlash?
Even fucking Adam Lucky and
What?
Even Adam Lucky and even Chris Reese.
I could see Chris Reese doing that. He
Well,
didn't.
let's
He,
not talk about that. Those guys are great. We don't.
I like them a lot, so I couldn't understand. But they had a legit excuse, at least, because they said they had a roast thing that came up, and they said they were
Yeah,
going
I'm
to make
sure
some
that's
money.
what it was.
I
I'm
hope.
sure
I
that's what it
really
was.
hope so,
Yeah,
and
they don't
I'm
those guys
giving
don't
them
give
the
a
benefit
fuck.
of the
Yeah,
doubt.
that's what it was. I'm sure.
But to the other comics, they were like, "I just need a minute to think about this."
Those are the ones that.
Yeah, and I
Lucky
said-
and Reese wouldn't do that.
And I said, well, no, and Lucky was like, oh, and I want to be on it more than ever. And I wanted to, but I was like, why do you tell me now after I told you the article came out?
You're
that
just
was-
overthinking that, I think.
I know, but Lucky, I like him now. We're cool stuff. But like I had told, I was going to be on the Filthy Show at the Creek. This is one of the things that got me in trouble was I was supposed to be on the Filthy Show at the Creek during Halloween, and I joked around with him. I was like, I'm going to wear blackface, and I wasn't going to because he said we all have to wear a costume. I was like, oh, okay, I'll just wear black.
Of course, you texted.
well,
them.
he fucking told. Didn't he tell Rebecca?
He told Rebecca
Oh,
that
Yeah,
shit.
he
dude.
ratted you out. I
Oh,
remember
dang,
that. That was
sucks.
bullshit.
He thought you were
But it
serious.
was fucked up because like I looked for a costume and I couldn't find any. They were all gone, and all I found was green paint, face paint. So I was like, oh, I'll just have green on my face and then black around my eyes to be dead or something. And I messaged him, do you know anyone that has black face paint? So he really believed me.
Well, I would believe you too if you're
But-
going
but to
multiple
tell-
texts
Yeah,
with
but why
it.
would you tell the owner of the club that?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
And I walk in and Rebecca's like, what the fuck are you supposed to be? And I had a little puppy in my arms. I had a little sweet puppy. And I was like, don't Charles's ears. Or I had to cover his ears. And she's like, what the fuck are you supposed to be? And I was like, I'm dead. I'm supposed to be dead.
So you did go with the face paint on.
But it was green.
So do you have pictures of it? I want to see it.
And I suppose it kind of looked blackface, but like a little bit. It was dark green. But it not.
So you
but
went from a joke about blackface to showing up kind of in blackface.
It wasn't. It was green though. It really was green. But
Yeah, I remember this.
yeah.
That was bullshit.
and he told maybe he told Carrie or something, and Carrie told, I don't know. And I like to give everyone the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, but you don't run your mouth like that.
Yeah, and maybe because he feels some sort of ownership towards the Creek and afraid. But my respect for him went down a little bit. But I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I was like, because I like his comedy, or I like how he's abrasive, and
Yeah,
he
he's
says
pretty raw.
He's great. He's a great comic.
So I don't know. I mean, I like Adam. I just wonder why he did
Well,
that.
I mean, it's a tough spot because if he knew about it and then it went sideways and
I know.
then he might not get that show there anymore.
I understand.
So it's not like he's ratting out a fellow comic on a showcase. It's
I
more like
understand.
you don't get me fired. I've worked hard to get this show.
I grew up by. I grew up.
He could not get fired. He's Carrie's husband, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he puts on that Filthy Show is the best show.
It's
ever.
awesome.
It's awesome.
It
It's
was when Sick Fucks was there. We were just as good.
nice.
Okay,
Oh, but
just remember that.
regardless, you don't rap. You don't run your mouth and rap people out. Period.
Well, it's just
No,
work
I
and-
sent him a message though before I came. I said, I'm joking, right? And he goes, I didn't think you were. And I was like, what? And then I was like, okay. And I show up and Rebecca's in my face. I was like, what the fuck? I told him I was joking.
Yeah.
So I don't.
It's it's comedy. It's
He shouldn't. I would think he would know my humor by then. But I want to say I'm not. I like Adam Lucky. I do,
I do too.
except for that part that I don't
Yeah,
like.
we all make mistakes. Hopefully, when I fuck up, the comedy community will forgive me because I'm sure I have. And I mean, I felt like I let a lot of people down with not renewing at Sunset Room and all that.
They'll
and-
forgive you, but they'll never ever forget.
Well, it was
People don't ever forget.
It was funny when I was in Rebecca's
all
office
make
and she
mistakes.
was, telling me why I'm getting kicked out. And she's like, I was like, just because my special is called I Burn Bridges, it doesn't mean. But like, yeah, Rebecca and I were really cool at first.
She seems nice.
I respected her a lot, and it really hurts my feelings that and I understand that I'm not an idiot. I look at it, I'm like, she's beholden to these people
Yeah.
that fund the Creek, right?
Yeah.
So
It's
she has to do what she has to do to keep the Creek alive, to keep her salary alive, and all this stuff. I get it, but still, there's another part of me that's like, don't you stand up for comics and you say, fuck you, this is going to be the way it is. And like, because if she would have done that, I feel like they still would have been like, okay, we can't do anything, you know? And there was but I feel like, and she also called the person I was in a relationship with and to find out all the shit. She like, Rebecca hurt me a lot. And I'm willing to say it on my podcast now because I just don't give a fuck anymore. Because
That's the name of the game.
What
Don't
can
worry about
happen?
What anybody think. Exactly.
What can happen?
The name of the game is not giving a fuck.
And I never did anything.
All
But
good people
the thing is, it's like
we're
I
all
never
good
did
people
anything
and everybody
wrong.
Makes mistakes.
Besides, I was in a relationship that got out of control, and the details of our relationship got obscured and like publicized all over, and people started putting themselves into our shit, and then it was on Instagram and shit like that and stuff. And it's like the only thing I did was have arguments with my girlfriend, and I never hurt her. She never said I did.
Yeah.
You know? So it was like, but like that was enough. And I get it. If you're the owner of a club, you look at it as employees. If one person's being accused of hurting another one, you have to like do so. There's so many sides. I look at both sides of the story.
For sure.
But fuck that.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan, we need to do the blue.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever gotten problems with your erection?
Nope.
No?
No.
You can tell me.
I would tell you. I never have.
I've gotten problems when I've been like excited so much, like I've just been like, oh my god, I like this girl so much, and my dick's just like I don't know what to do, and he just
performance anxiety
Whiskey
or
dicks happened
whiskey
before.
dick, yep.
Yeah,
yep.
that's
or
happened
coke or
before.
coke dick. Have you ever taken
I
cocaine?
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, I never liked coke.
I don't.
I never liked coke, but the times I tried it, it's just like you're all suave and you can get any girl, but you know your dick won't work at the same time. But if you got some tablets from Blue Chew, maybe it would.
It would. Trust
Now,
me.
let's give a shout out. Yeah, Gary's addicted to Blue Chew. He's going to rehab soon.
I am very addicted to.
Gary
Blue Chew.
loves it.
Just kidding.
Gary walks-
It's not addictive.
Yes, I know. It's not addictive. It is actually a really great substance and if you take it a lot, doesn't matter. You stop taking it, you go back to baseline to however you were before. But this show is sponsored by Blue Chew. So let's do our little thing. Guys, it's time to dig yourself out of that winter hibernation. Spring is here, and it's time to get sprung with Blue Chew. Actually, summer is here, so it's time to get hot and sweaty like a jungle. That's right. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, confidence can take you far in life, but if you have no erection, what are you going to do? Confidence can also help in the bedroom, especially when it comes time to step up to the plate, and that's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets. And guys, make sure you chew it up. Don't swallow it like I did.
Yeah. If you chew it, just let me give you a little professional advice here. If you chew the Blue Chew tablets, they will act faster and stronger.
Right. But you can get it at a fraction of the cost of Viagra and Cialis. And you can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead. And be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
Within 3 days, usually 3 to 4 days.
Fast. The best part, it's all done online, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy with a limp penis. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door. These children at sweatshops are not making these tablets at Blue Chew. And they're in a discreet package, so no one will know about your limp penis or your desire to have confidence. Because even if you have a strong erection, you can make it stronger like Gary's.
You will come and come and come again.
Okay. It's time to get off the couch and back to work. If your tool needs an upgrade, head to bluechew.com. So... You've never taken a Viagra, never taken one time my mom...
Dude, I got some downstairs. You got to try one, man.
My mom...
My wife's in Jacksonville, so I'll take one home with me.
You can
jerk off.
Yeah, he takes it and just jerks off and comes all over himself. And he's like a Ghostbusters... He's like a Ghostbusters slime machine.
No, hey, I'll give you one to bring back to Florida.
Okay, that'd be
seriously.
Better. Yeah, let's try it.
Don't jerk off. Don't waste it by jerking off.
There we go. Yeah.
Anyways, one time my mom was dating this guy, and he's like, hey, man, know what I like to do? One thing I like to do is we were in Jacksonville. He's like, I like to go, my friends and I would go to the bar and we just, a girl would come up to you and just give you one ecstasy and one Viagra and a beer and say, let's go home. And that's what we do. But that was before Blue Chew tablets came out. Where Blue Chew tablets, you didn't need all that other stuff. You just needed tablets to chew up. It's like a children's chewable vitamin. So, if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code JOSEPH at checkout. Just save $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code JOSEPH. To receive your first month free, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. We know that you are happy that you're on in this podcast, and you're welcome.
Dude, you're just like Tim Tebow. You're helping people out. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're giving out free boner pills, man. That's a big deal.
Is that
Yeah,
Tim
it's
Tebow?
Free. I would
Tim
buy
Tebow
those.
does that?
No, he does do that, yeah. He's
Well,
a
the
big
thing about-
boner pill, yeah, he loves putting that on his image. Boner pills and
Hey, my name's Tim Tebow. And
I really
he's
don't.
got a new brand of weed coming out.
I really
He's
don't
got-
need it. I have a super high sex drive, and I think it's because of like the modafinil that I take. Like, how do you feel about the modafinil I gave you?
I'm
Oh wait,
downstairs.
Oh wait, that was
I
someone.
didn't-
That was someone else.
Yeah,
I gave
it
it to. I was.
downstairs.
I gave it to you. Not. Sorry. It does make you clear and smart. Okay. I just don't remember faces. As a comic, like I have a problem. I've noticed more with so many faces that I see. That like people come up to me like, "Hey, what's up, man?" I'm like, I don't even know who you are. And I'm just like, "Hey, what's up?"
I'm good with faces and bad with names.
Hey,
I'm
Brian,
back.
can I plug the talent trailer real quick?
Yeah.
And then we'll do the same
Do the
thing on
thing.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, so we are about to end this one about 10 minutes earlier than we normally do because we're going to head downstairs into the talent trailer, the Sunset Strip talent trailer.
Where everything goes down.
And we are going to, it's an RV that's in my driveway. It used to be outside of the club that we don't talk about anymore.
It's going back to the new spot.
The person who lives in there is currently out of town working on a giant film in LA. So we
Is
are
he
gonna
really?
go in there.
Is that what he's
and-
doing?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to plug something. Okay?
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
On my podcast.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna plug your shit on there too.
Just
Give me a fucking break.
Just
all
talk
right?
about your little talent trailer. Sounds like a porn.
Go to Instagram at Talent Trailer Podcast and follow it. We're gonna be going on there and talking about cancel culture and how Ryan lost his job and a bunch of other shit that you probably already heard on this podcast. But it's gonna be good anyways. Go check it out. We're gonna record that.
All different
now.
stories. We'll watch them both.
Anyways, so Adam, what is your plans for the future? What are you going to do with Sunset?
I love putting on good shows. So I always want to put on shows in Austin. I love the comics here. I love the crowds here.
What venue are you going to stick with?
We're
What do
going
you-
with Ballroom right now. We like Ballroom a lot.
Ballroom's cool.
Yeah, it's
It's got a
gorgeous.
great green room.
Yeah.
It's got its own little bar.
About to
in the
have
green
two
room.
green rooms. Talent Trailer's going to ride again.
Yeah, get that thing out of my fucking driveway.
First place for 2 green rooms. I want to have one for just the comics going up for more privacy. Girl comics can leave their purses in there. And then it's like if you have a friend and a friend
Wait,
of a
did you
friend.
say purses?
Yeah.
What?
Like,
'Cause, yeah, that's your problem. Is you have too many female comics on your shows.
all I care about is funny, brother.
That's what
Funny
I'm
is
saying.
Funny.
That's what
the
I'm saying.
best female comics are in
I'm
Austin, Texas. Would you agree with that or not agree with that?
I would not agree with that. There's some that are very funny that I've come across, but
Molly Vivant, Heather Shaw.
Heather Shaw's funny.
Leonardo.
Leonardo's funny.
Yeah, there's some talent in this town.
Yeah, I just like to be bad, but there are some funny female comics.
For sure.
Lauren Jameson, but what? So I can talk about whatever I want to. Okay, on my podcast.
It's your podcast.
Yeah, just talk about funny comics. All right. So, anyways,
All right, let's.
what were you saying? So, when are you gonna get? Before we stop, when are you gonna get your own club though?
Well, we're going to do more and more shows at the Ballroom. So
When are you gonna get your own club?
probably,
He's gonna keep asking you until you give him a
okay,
definitive
so
answer.
that's a possibility, and we are kind of looking at places. That's a possibility.
I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's we're always looking. We always want to put on shows. So I mean, whether it's 5 shows a month or 40 shows a month, we're always gonna be putting on shows.
When can I get on your next
So,
show?
Next show you're on.
Okay, when is that?
Probably be booked until probably end of June, early July.
That's your next show.
That's not our next show, but that's the next open spot.
Wow, you guys heard that shit?
We book about a month in advance.
You ease somebody out and you have fucking Ryan Joseph on, dude.
I can't wait, dude.
I want to see.
The last show.
I want to see who's on there that you chose over me.
Well,
it was all women.
we did it. We did an all women lineup, which is fun.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
I'm sure that
Mike,
was.
And Mike, oh, dude, they crush.
Yeah.
It's a fun show.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
It's actually one of our better. We did an all women's show and an all guys show back to back, like about 6 months ago, and the women's show was, one was an A and the other one was an A plus.
Whatever.
The women was the A plus. They're funny, but
yeah, they do make me laugh.
I do want to get you on the variety show too.
Yeah,
you thought about
I'm just
variety
busting,
bit
I'm
ideas?
just busting your balls.
Do you have any bit ideas for the variety show? Or that you
Variety
wanna-
show? Yeah, just me up there.
Okay.
Just
yeah.
me talking.
You call it like dark humor with Ryan Joseph? Or?
Sick fucks, dude.
Sick fucks.
Sick fucks is going to New York Comedy Festival.
Cool.
Because we don't need people in Austin to get us there. You just go around.
Would you want to get like a couple other dark humor comedians and like, because Sick Fucks is plural, get like a maybe.
No,
like,
Sick Fucks has it's a showcase of different comics.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm saying if we did it as a bit on our variety show. Have you been on one of the variety shows yet?
No.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you need to come up with a bit. You'd be good.
When
It would be good for you.
you'll crush it. When you see it live, you would be like, oh, I
You'll have
could
to
do
tell me
this, or I
later
could
what you
do-
mean by that a bit.
So basically, like what I tell comics is like, imagine you're on Saturday Night Live and you're rolling up to the Weekend Update desk, and it's your 5 minutes to 10 minutes to do whatever you want. Is it like a funny monologue? Is it like dressed in drag? Is it a song like Adam Sandler? Is it something loud and boisterous? Is it something like Leonardo does an Albanian mom where she dresses up like an Albanian mom and gives dating advice?
Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to be a couples counselor, right? And I want to have a couple, but like
that could be funny.
and like a couple, like a man and a woman come in, and the man hates it that he's there, but I start talking about how semen is the answer to communication problems, and the more semen you put on your wife, sir, will make her, and it just flips, right? He's happy now, she's not. She's like, what? I'm like, yes, semen
do sketches
will.
and stuff?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, like a dirty sex counselor or a dirty marriage counselor.
I've got all these ideas, man.
All right, let's get this.
All right,
trailer going.
let's go to the talent trailer. That sounds just like a porn.
All right.
All right. Hey,
was
thank
fun,
you guys
dude.
so much for
Appreciate
coming
it.
in.
Appreciate you having me on.
Hey,
That was
what's
fun.
your Instagram?
At Adam Hartle.
At Adam Hartle. That's Hartle. You guys got to check out his shows. If you ever come to Austin, you want to check out his shows. Don't go to any other clubs. There's fucking pieces of shit. All right, thanks guys so much. Later.
Thank you, brother.